Gemini, the person on your mind this week, how do they feel? What are their intentions? What are their actions? This will not resonate with everyone. Take what does, leave the rest, switch the rules if you have to. If the shoe doesn't fit, don't force it. If it's too confusing, it's just not your reading. So, Gemini, the person on your mind. Seven of Cups. So, it feels like they're in their head. It feels like they may be a bit confused. The Seven of Cups is scattered thoughts. Seven of Cups could also represent other options. Right now, as feelings, they're not really sure how to feel, what they feel, what's going on. What are their intentions, Gemini? I almost said Aquarius. What are their injections? I almost said something about injections. Someone may be going to the doctor, receiving some type of injection. I'm also getting something about a monthly injection. Doesn't have to be. What are their intentions, Gemini? Two of Swords, to keep you blocked, to remain confused, to be closed off. Intentions are really, like I said, this person doesn't know what they want, how they, if they know what they want, they don't know how to, they can get what they want. This feels like maybe some of you have blocked them. Maybe they don't have access to you, Gemini. This person, I feel like they're definitely in, what is it called? Like they're like in a foggy space right now. I feel like, I'm just looking at the image. She's kind of like this person, their eyes are covered. It's like they're blindfolded, but the face is kind of looking down. The face makes me feel like it's more of the feelings they're feeling things very deeply even if they can't see it. There's something about, despite all this confusion, there's something that they may know, may not want to admit, something that may not be very positive about you, about this connection. I feel like someone here, they don't want to see it yet. They feel it, but they don't want to see it. They may not be prepared to see it, whatever this is. What are their actions towards you, Gemini? What are their actions towards you? I'm also getting, before I get this, sorry guys, I'm channeling a little bit. Someone may be into like bondage or like what is it called? Like sub dominant, like kind of like that, those kind of like role playing things, like very specific, not for everyone. What are their actions towards you? Seven of Pentacles. Gemini, I feel like this is someone who's invested a lot of time, energy, money, and they don't want to waste their time. So their intentions is to either grow or keep putting into this situation, even if it's foggy right now, even if they're not really sure of what's going on. They want to keep investing into this. What is the conflict in this connection? Nine of Cups and the Queen of Swords. We also have the Devil in reverse. I feel like there is something about looking at the situation in a more rational sense. It's kind of like it's hard to, that devil talks about obsession, it talks about toxic, it talks about being very attached to something, someone. And it feels like with that Nine of Cups, Gemini, I don't know who this is, but someone in this situation, you are a wish fulfillment to them. I don't know if this is you, them, just switch it. Someone here is a wish fulfillment to the other. The person who has this wish fulfillment, the person who so badly wants the other person, it's, they're kind of connecting from a place that they shouldn't. There's very lusty energy. There's energy of lack of growth, and that's what, and it's, how do I explain this, guys? I'm so sorry. This is more like feelings. It's hard to explain it. It's hard from detach from some type of illusion, something that's keeping you bonded. Someone here needs to look at the situation in a more rational sense and detach from this lustiness or detach from this thing that's making them feel stuck and they're not doing it. I hope that makes sense. It's almost like the prize or the one thing they really want, their obsession with this person or having this wish fulfillment is blocking them off. They may be feeling it, but they're not wanting to see it, or they're not wanting to admit to it. This is what this feels like. I feel like someone has convinced themselves so hard about what they want with the other person, but they're not seeing the situation realistically. That's what this feels like. They're very convinced of their perspective of what they want, but it feels like they're having a hard time like detaching. I don't know why I want to say like detaching from some like entity or something. I don't know. Someone here could be very promiscuous. I don't know who I'm picking up on. Gemini, how do you feel about them? How do you feel about them? This could also be a situation that the problem is someone is so attached to the other, like in a spiritual sense. Maybe you guys, you've had intimacy, so you are connected like that, and it's like that energy is just lingering in your system, and it feels like impossible to detach. It's kind of like a drug. That's what that feels like. But at the end of the day, that's unhealthy. But anyways, Gemini, how do you feel about this person? The Lovers. Okay, your energy is coming up. The Five of Wands in reverse. The Six of Swords. Honestly, Gemini, it feels like you've made your mind up about them. It feels like you're moving on, or you're trying to distance themselves. You've made some type of peace with this situation, and you're trying to let go, or you've been trying to let go, or you've already detached yourself. I'm seeing you long distance. Some of you could be like at an actual distance here. I feel like you've moved on, or you are trying to, at least with that Six of Swords. How do you view them, Gemini? Nine of Pentacles. You view them as someone who's very successful. You view them as someone who's very ambitious. They may have a good job, but you're viewing them separate from you. Like, you're not. That Nine of Pentacles talks about independence. It talks about being single. It talks about focusing on money. It talks about someone who is not in a relationship. So I feel like you're viewing them as not being in a connection with you. Like, they're doing their thing, you're doing your thing, and you're completely unattached. While on their end, they I feel like they're having a hard time detaching. How do they view you, Gemini? The Three of Wands and the Justice. So I feel like, Gemini, this person leaves that door open. That Three of Wands, it's like planning. It's it could talk about traveling. It could even talk about like waiting. It's like you send a ship off and you're waiting for it to come back. There's something about having this balanced situation, and this person is not. It's almost like you left. Like I said, there is an energy of you leaving, and they're kind of just waiting for you to come back, and they're waiting for like a balance in the situation. It feels like there's a part of them that knows they didn't get the fair end of the stick. That's the best way I can describe it. But they're still kind of hoping you're going to turn back and you're going to come back to them, and the situation will be balanced. Some of them, there's someone who may even want to marry you. The Justice could represent marriage here. Let me get one more. The Four of Cups. Someone here could also drink a lot, or something about substances to distract themselves from this situation. Why the Four of Cups? Ace of Pentacle. Someone here may even work a lot to distract themselves from them. They try to keep themselves preoccupied. Let me get what would your person say to you this week, Gemini? I lost myself for a little while. I want to tell you how I feel. What's the T between Gemini and the person? All right, I'll take this one. Spiritual hater hates on your spirituality, light, magic, power. Very different frequencies here. Like I said, someone here could be promiscuous, or someone here could be, it's just totally different wavelengths. Someone has attached themselves to someone who really just, it feels like they did more bad to them than good. And I'm talking on a spiritual and energetic sense, because the person who is still very consumed with the other person, I feel like it really is kind of like a drug that they need, that they can't breathe without, that they obsess over. And that is what I'm talking about when I say like that entity, or that energetic tie you have with this person. But it's, you know something about that too. Let me get one more. Legal issues, court, judges, immigrations, lawyers. We did see the justice before. Someone may be waiting for some type of justice or some type of balance in the situation. Someone may have sued the other. There could be money, it doesn't, there could be money, or there could be something going on in the courts that someone is just waiting to get their justice or their balance. I don't know why I'm getting their check. Maybe they've given to this person, or someone has taken something from them. This could even be a whole divorce, and it's like, you know but anyways, sorry guys, it's kind of going all over the place. Thank you for watching. Have a great week.